What is up, everyone? Welcome to another video. As you guys watch this, it is probably Christmas Eve or Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Jordy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Why are you giggling back there? Austin's back home with his family. Austin, I miss you. I hope you are enjoying yourself. So Jordy's my little stand-in filmer today. Hi. So if you hear someone deep breathing, it's Jordy this time, all right? Yell at Jordy.
Chill.
As you guys know, we've been busting ass on the Pro car, the S14. It's coming together. It looks incredible. I know,
so good.
Maybe from afar it doesn't look much different from the last few days, but like as you get up close and personal, you see all the little bits starting to get added on. It's really starting to become something. I'm super proud of it, but we still have a bunch of work to do. I'm finally not super sick, still a little brain dead, so bear with me if I start slurring words and stuff. But today we're gonna get the front end on the car, most of it, hopefully, because as you guys know, we got the rear end of the car on. Got the clamshell, the bumper, the trunk. It's starting to look like an S14. Yeah. But up front, you don't really know what the heck you're looking at. And I know S chassis wear it pretty well. Like, this looks sick, right?
It's a 7 out of 10.
This 7, like you want it. You know what I mean? Like you want it.
I would.
You would. So today, we're gonna get the front end mounted, make it look like an S14, and that will allow us to start figuring out where we can mount pieces like our intercooler, and we can go from there. But for now, we got a quick announcement, so let's go check it out. All right, guys, so we decided to do one more drop before the year ends. Now, it's a small one, but we wanted to snake one more in, and so what we have for you guys is something small, but something cool. We have a new house logo tee. This is something we haven't done in a long time. We used to do a different color house logo all the time. This one I wanted to end it off with something simple, so they're my style, just literally black and gray. This is like...
good for the garage.
Good for the garage, but what's awesome about this is like our new favorite blank. We've gotten really picky the last few months about certain blanks, and this is something I know me and Jordy love this
Yeah,
one.
thick tee, you can't go wrong.
This is just like one of those tees you just want to wear all the time. So on top of that, we found some of the Japan drop tees, and the boys decided to do a bleach dye on it. Jordy, nice work.
Kind of sick.
They're kind of sick. You killed it. The design actually takes it really well. Yeah. We have a couple of these. There's not, I think there's like 50 total. And another thing we're super excited about is we finally got to do a collab with one of our favorite companies, Luminar Gloves, and well, we decided to do two. One to kind of go with the black coupe, and one to kind of go with the colors of the purple coupe. So these are sick. We have them in all sizes, limited quantity. Don't miss out. Awesome quality gloves. You guys have seen us wear Luminar gloves in the shop, in different countries. We love them.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. And on top of that, just to sweeten the pot, we want to clear house for the rest of the year. So I told the boys to heavily discount everything. So basically everything Oaks Garage on the website is, man, I think it's like we have like up to 65. Like,
yeah,
percent.
It's
like,
crazy.
It's,
don't sleep.
Don't sleep. There's not much left after the Black Friday sale. I mean, we did really small quantities on everything. It's a really small drop, but I just wanted to offer one more before the year ended. So hop below, shop Jimmy O, don't miss out, and cop what's left of, well, the O's. Step number one, Spoon is trying to bring this kooky grill back to life that I have.
It was small.
This thing was so bad.
It was small.
If I was on the phone for the last 30 minutes, I wish I showed you how bad this thing was, but looks pretty good now.
So trimming black.
To save the day.
Not bad. If you're building a car, just buy a box.
Just buy a box, dude. Kooky or Koki?
Neither.
Why? What do you say?
Coupe.
Coupe?
Either one, just over Zanky. I hate Zanky front end.
Yeah?
It looks droopy. It just looks.
Have you seen it?
It looks soft.
Have you? It looks
It
soft.
looks soft.
Have you seen a Zuki front end?
No. What's that?
I don't know. I saw some dude take like Kooky headlights and shove it in a Zanky front, or was it Zanky headlights and a Kooky front? I don't know. It was crazy. I always go back and forth between Koki and Kooky. Like obviously the correct pronunciation of it is Koki, which is like late model in Japan, but we've always said Koki. So you just say Kooky. It's like when you say Porsche versus Porsche. It's like, dude, we know it's Porsche, but shut up, you know? Like
It's not that serious.
it's not. It's the same vibe. Porsche, Koki, Porsche, Kooky. Pick your poison.
Stanky.
Yeah, it's all you. For some reason, Kookies actually look somewhat normal if you don't run a grill. A lot of guys don't. I don't have one on my green S14. Honestly, I just couldn't even find one in Japan, which was kind of crazy to think about. But what's nice about the OEM grill is it sets our headlight spacing. It'll tell us what the OEM headlight spacing is, which is really nice because when our entire front end is fiberglass and aftermarket parts, you know, it's like how you could split all the differences, but it's kind of nice to have.
That's all it's gonna be. Especially with fiberglass stuff, you split them.
They split the difference. But it would be really nice to at least know our OEM headlight spacing. So the grill does that for us. Right, Deej?
It's beautiful.
You're a Zanky kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm not mad about it. I think it looks sick.
Spoon said it. They look soft. You think DJ looks soft?
The car, not him.
RJ does like Zankies too, and that's a little concern.
I can say it.
Bring it down. Look at the difference in energy the car has with just mocking that up. Deej, maybe you should Koki convert your car.
I started acquiring parts for it actually.
Bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Never in a million years.
I would not do that.
No.
I love cookies, but I love
the energy of your car. It's perfect.
it's like what do you prefer?
Zenki.
Well, I forget that not everyone knows everything about S chassis. So this is the Zanky headlight we keep talking about. It's the same chassis with a pre-facelift front. What? What are you giggling about?
Terrible comparison. You're showing them that dusted headlight. And
Yeah, look at this Cataracts headlight. But yeah, so look at the difference. Obviously, it's very similar, but a lot more aggression on the Koki.
Stanky.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that like every Zanky just is that.
It's stanky.
Deej, show them what a real Zanky looks like.
a little better example than James's example, but
No, it's,
OEM Navin can't go wrong.
nah, the Navin front bumper just makes these headlights good.
They do sell glass Euro spec ones, but they're very hard to find.
Yeah, and they don't look any different.
No, they look exactly the same. It's not plastic, and they won't yellow.
What do you think, Koki or Zanky?
That's a hard one. Honestly, like, I haven't been feeling S14s lately.
I get,
Just look at it,
I
I'm
get
just
that.
like-
You know what sucks about S14s? Out of all the S chassis, I think there's more bad-looking S14s out there than anything. S15s are hard to look bad, and 13s have just been done right for so. You could accidentally do an S13 really cool.
100% a fact.
Yeah, you could really accidentally fuck up a S14.
No, very easily. People
Very
do all the time. If I had to pick,
Yeah.
Koki,
Koki.
whatever you want to say, I say Koki.
Yeah.
Koki.
But when someone does a Zanky right,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Car builder bucks.
There we go. Put a face on her.
Yeah, put a grill on.
I know you wanted to say it. That's so sick. I don't know what it is, but the Jay-Z looks cooler with his front end on, I'm telling you. Oh, I love this so much. Maybe that's a Zanky bumper?
I hope not.
Maybe it's just Pro Car Aero?
No, I don't. I'll figure it out.
Nah, maybe it's the fenders?
Worst case, we should start cutting things.
Maybe it's just fiberglass. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Just start cutting shit up. Alright.
Yeah, that's alright. That's better, but the bumper sits, oh my god. So either it's in the fenders or it's in the bumper, we're gonna find out.
Let's grab the metal hood off the drink. Go.
Yeah, good call. OEM metal doesn't lie. That does look so sick. I swear the 2J, it just looks more aggressive right now.
So there's an intercooler sitting in there.
That's what I'm saying, I'm
Not
pumped.
on.
That is so freaking cool. You know, it's not the cherry hatch found like it's a break from getting the parts robbed off of it for once. That's the 4K14. Forward head Jim's crazy. What? Oh, it's different. Don't be giggling at me. Honestly, disgusting how expensive metal Koki hoods are. Does kind of go crazy. This body line in the hood makes the headlights look even more aggressive on these cars. Now picture it with like a Type 2 Origin hood, where they take this line and they make it even more aggressive. Come on, Type 2 on a Pro car would go crazy. We have learned that our fenders are quite a bit short. Lined up here. That would explain a lot about the bumper. The fenders are too short, which makes the whole front end super short. I mean, the hood has a huge overhang. Now, these I'm pretty confident are prototype fenders. When we got the whole kit last year, these fenders were still in prototype with the company, so that's probably why they fit like this. There's a million different ways we can modify this, make it all work. Just because it's fiberglass, you make it work. But I think the best bet would probably be for us to cut the actual physical fender itself instead of trying to modify the bumper, since I can imagine we'll probably change the bumper a little bit more than the fenders on this car. And I don't even know if these fenders will stay. But thank God for the OEM hood to kind of give us a homing location. Looks sick, doesn't it?
It's getting more aggressive and less doofy, I think.
The engine actually looks smaller in there now with the front end on.
You have it really far back with Darren's mounts, or was that kind of like a conglomerate? You guys put it wherever you want?
Yeah, I mean, we had to go that far back to fit the rear sump pan with the V3.
Right.
But
I mean, the further back it is, the better it's going to feel, I would imagine. You don't typically see a JC and an S chassis and have that much room to the grill, so it
I mean,
looks
with no
awesome.
radiator support and stuff like that, you gotta love it. It just looks so sick in there.
I'd be curious to know what the true, like how far it's really moved, pushed back.
Versus,
Like obviously this engine never belonged in this car, so it never had a true correct location. But like, if we like check DJ's 1J where his sits in the bay versus this, I bet you it's really far.
I mean, let's go look at my coupe. Front of my crank pulley to that
So the
arch.
front of your crank pulley goes to the back of this hole on the other car. So it's like a good
So
3.5, 4 inches.
let's see. All right, so the front of crank pulley to the front arch of that, and now the front of this crank pulley is in the
I guess the middle, right?
quite a bit.
I don't know what 2 inches does, but
It would change my life, bro. Would it change yours, Kira?
It's beautiful. I have a comment at this time.
That's a real one right there. He says it's perfect. It's okay, B. It's okay. When in doubt. There you go. If it don't fit, make it fit, right?
it don't fit. Bet on that thing.
Yeah, that'll do it for us. This isn't the white Christmas I was hoping for. Oh, okay, there we go. We got some good lineup now.
Yeah, that's an inch.
It's a lot.
It's like exactly an inch. Maybe there was a mistake.
This side is a little bit more. But it's just the corner to the headlight. Could be. There's a lot of adjustment here. But now this lines up nice. No more overhang. That looks awesome. That is so good. And of course with that, the bumper now actually fits the arch correctly. They got dudes doing that with their shin bones now. You see that?
Yeah, turkey.
What?
We go to turkey.
They go turkey.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be a couple inches taller?
Good.
Nope. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Run the season like that.
Just glass them in there.
That's it. Yeah, just leave them in
the wood
there.
in it.
I mean, that's how they ship a lot of the Aero. They just cut it in half. It actually worked really good.
Yeah, somewhere.
You can glass this thing together now. Take the pieces out. Or leave them in. Screw it.
Probably just leave them in. You're gonna hit something.
Yeah, right? That's cool though. All right, it makes it fit. We love that. But that's the nice thing about fiberglass. It might kind of suck and, you know, make you itchy and all that stuff, but
That's the worst part about it. It just makes you itchy.
Makes
It's
you
not hard to mess with. It just sucks.
it just sucks. You're just forever itchy. But you could do anything you want to it. I mean, honestly, we could scuff it up and just glass right over it and bond it just like that. Easy peasy. You gotta love it. And this thing looks cool as hell. Look at that. Look how aggressive this thing looks. So the front end is squared up pretty damn good considering what we're working with here. Car looks awesome now. We're just adding these makeshift bumper supports for now to hold the bumper in place so we can move the jacks out of the way. And we got very, very lucky with some existing holes in the chassis.
Love that for us.
Yeah, right. It's never that easy, is it? Look at that. Could run the whole season like that.
Oh, monster shit.
Ah, dude, it's.
Tired of seeing bumpers go flying off track.
I'm sick of hitting bumpers on track. That's so good. Different energy now, isn't it?
Fucking car now.
She's mean. That's good stuff, dude.
Wipe her down.
Wipe her down, she deserves it. I always say, I've been saying this for years, I always say it. I don't know what they were doing in the 90s, but those guys designed some shit. Like,
Yeah, no, it's a sick front end.
it's a good front end, right?
I love how aggressive it is. That's why I prefer EG over EK. I hate big headlights.
Damn, all right. All right, so currently we have this bar put in to keep the fender width correct, and we have this thing wedged in here to keep the nose depth correct because the front end actually wants to kind of get pushed in. So, this gets in the way of our intercooler, which we're trying to mount up now. Now that the front end's on, we know how much room we have to get this intercooler in here and where we can shove it, so we need to figure out a way to get rid of this, which is not too hard. Quick little bar to wedge it in place. What we have here is an FD spec radiator support. Now, this is just kind of holding everything in place, so don't, please, just don't, just stop.
Relax.
All right.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, all right? Somebody's gonna make some things to hold some things in place. You could do some things. Let's see how much room we have to work with. Big old Phoenix intercooler. Not bad. It actually shrinks pretty quick in there.
It'll probably be rough or somewhere around here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Enough room to work on the engine. Enough room to keep it away from, well, the danger zone. All right, so we're getting a good idea of how this thing's gonna fit. We're probably gonna put a slight angle to it because our outlet actually gets in the way with our frame bar right here. So, but it's gonna have to get a little intricate because this thing needs to get to here.
That'll be the tricky one.
That'll be the tricky bit, right?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
It'll be all right.
Nice short pipes.
Yeah, weld some metal together and it'll be good, right? That thing shrink. It looks like such a big intercooler out of the car, and it just shrinks once you shove it in there. Some quick tabs for the lower mount. If you want a tab to look good, grind a little arch in it. Goes a long way, doesn't it?
All you do is just
A little template there.
a little washer.
You don't just free ball it.
Nah, I just use a washer.
Use my thumb. Just trace my thumb.
You got a fat thumb.
That's it. But it's crazy, like, if you saw a bracket mounted like this, you're like, all right, piece of metal. If you saw it like this, you're like, all right, it's a nice unit. So we got it roughly where we want it. And then Spoon's gonna tack those onto the chassis.
Lower mounts are good.
The bottom is now mounted, which is nice because now when we go to integrate this with our kind of makeshift radiator support, we don't have to have this thing wedged with a bunch of pieces of wood and tape measures and stuff. It's locked in where it's basically gonna sit. Now, obviously this thing can be moved in a million different positions. It looks a little funny with it being so low, but I couldn't really think of a benefit to having it higher. With this, we have pretty optimal airflow through the front, even though obviously drift cars are mainly sideways, but you still get a lot of forward air, so this should be good for us. It's so weird, like, that's my first rear radiator car, right? The radiator's in the rear of the car, so I don't have to shove it in the front. So it's like, you almost feel like, you're like, what do I do with all this room? I don't know.
Something's missing.
Something's missing, obviously.
Doesn't feel right.
We need to have some extra room for other type of coolers, like oil coolers, power steering coolers, potentially, and other pieces, but like, you're like, man, I feel like I should be doing more, you know? The intricate piece will be now connecting this, but that is, that's in a little bit versus mounting the thing. All right, so I didn't get as much done today as I was hoping, but we have a short day here just because of the holidays and everything like that. But seeing the front end on the S14 looks pretty cool. Obviously, we had to kind of frankengraft the fenders here, but it's cool that we can. You know what I mean? It's part of the process. Obviously, we'll now glass this together. You'll never know. It's just, that's what's sick about glass. We've talked about this. It's fully modifiable, and we'll make sure they fit awesome the first time around. I mean, we're literally building the front end around it, so we want it to fit as good as we can. This hood isn't staying on, of course. I'm still trying to decide what hood I want to do, because we have the hood skin that came from 2F. It's like a D-Max vented style hood. It's cool, it's timeless, we all love it, but every freaking car in Grid is the same hood, this thing, and honestly, it's not really much of it's a hood skin. If you look, there's no inner skeleton. So when you mount them, it doesn't even look like a hood. It just looks like a race car body panel, but not in a cool way, if that makes sense. I'll probably get an Origin hood for it, and I'm tempted to get a Type 2 hood, like the one on my purple coupe, because I honestly think it's just a little more stylish and not as common, at least in the competitive space. Origin Type 2 hoods, they look so aggressive. So we'll see what we can find. But huge progress today, because we had to mount all of this, and getting this all to line up as nice as we did is a big deal, because I mean, we're gonna make the front end to fit like this. Everything's in position, everything's solid, so now we can make mounts to the chassis that'll allow us to physically bolt the front end on and not have it just like wedged in position. But now that everything in the bay is where it needs to be, we can now make all of the mounts. It just honestly feels really, really good to see the JZ in there with the front end on, and it gives us a whole new perspective of, well, our end goal here. So love to see it. I know it's wintertime and it's freezing out, there's salt over the road, so like taking cars out and stuff isn't really much of an option right now, but I might lose my mind working on only one car at this time. You guys know me, I like jumping around, I like kind of like dipping in a few different things, and you know, a lot of things are either finished or just need a lot of love. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for a little side project. It's not that I want to slow down progress on the S14, but I think I need to I need to have a day off here and there on this car. And honestly, I think you guys want to see it too, because being on the same car every day does absolutely drive me nuts. But and honestly, a big thing is just waiting for parts. Sometimes we got the front end fitted, so I just ordered all the materials for the tube front and the intercooler piping, everything like that. Now we have to wait like 2 days for it. So having a buffer day here and there would be kind of nice. So if there's anything you guys would like to see that we haven't seen in a long time, or just dumb stuff from digging in the back to taking engines apart to making shelves, I don't care. Let me know what you guys want to see, because I would love an excuse to just have a day of randomness. It'd feel really good right now. I have to get home, so of course, guys, our little micro end of the year drop. If you guys want to cop one of the new house tees, one of the bleach dyes, or even our new limiter glove collab, hop below, shop Jimmy-O. And of course, there are huge savings on existing tees and other merch on the site. It'll automatically discount it when you put it in your cart. So if you want to see how big those savings are, make a cart and check it out. But for now, Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your families. I know I'm excited for it. But for now, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.